This is part 4 of my review on Rockwell Trading's PowerX Optimizer. And this is my 3rd week using the software. Well, I did not get any suggestions from Marcus, so it looks like I am using the software properly. And that's good. Good, as Marcus would say. And Marcus again commented on my last review video, part 3. He posted his latest videos that show his wheel strategy results over the last couple weeks. He's doing very well. Well, this last downturn has kind of got some of his positions down a little bit. I initially thought he was filtering his trades differently than me, but after further review, it looks like he does. He used the PowerX software to choose his trades. And I don't think he actually showed his screening process in the video where he shows his wheel strategy. But I'm sure he's not cutting any corners or anything. If I'm not mistaken, it would be nice to see him use the PowerX Optimizer when he chooses his underlyings for the wheel strategy. I also notice Marcus likes to trade the higher risk options for the wheel strategy. He trades the ones that have the gold color, the ones that are a little more risky, where I've always traded the more conservative designated green colored trades, the green colors in the software. And I think it would also be interesting to see him create a portfolio for stocks and a portfolio for long options using the PowerX Optimizer software to pick the underlyings. And like I've mentioned before, the wheel strategy is placing high probability trades, and it should do well most of the time. And it does have its drawbacks, and I'll get to those in my conclusion. Then you have the directional stock portfolio. When you have the directional stock portfolio, it has a 2-to-1 win-loss ratio as far as profit target versus stop loss, which means you need to win 1 out of every 3 trades just to break even. And if you know me, I believe the stock has around a 50-50 chance of going higher or lower. And when it comes to the long options portfolio, you're picking a direction and placing a low probability trade. And I think you're fighting even more of an uphill battle compared to the stock portfolio. Well, we will let the results speak for themselves. But again, I must say that Marcus is one, if not the most open instructors that I have reviewed. He's available to answer all my questions, and he shows his P&L. So let's get into what happened during week 3 with the PowerX Optimizer software. Okay, it is the night before day 11, and I want to just check my inventory on stocks because I always want to place my stock potential opening on my stock portfolio the night before. So let's see what I have. I got 1, 2. So I've got 2 actually. So I need to add 3 positions. So let's take a look at the PowerX Optimizer and let's run the report. Trading report. Let's see, maybe this will do it. Oh, reset to defaults. All right, looks like we have 3 potentials. Look at the chart. Gap, pretty good gap. This doesn't really look too trendy. It's kind of hard for me to, this looks like trendy to me, but this doesn't really look trendy. So I'm going to say no. APRN. That's just sideways. That's not trendy. That's, I think, pretty easy to determine that one. CNDT. The problem with this one is it's like barely above $5. It's probably too close to the $5 mark. And it's not really that trendy. CPE. This one might have some potential here. Somewhat trendy. Let's look at the equity curve. The equity curve looks pretty good. The CPE, this might be okay. Let's take a look. This one is below 12.95, and then we have, yeah, so we want to go short. CPE, so we might put that one in there. Let's see, DPD. Do these sound familiar? This one looks pretty good. There's a gap, a little gap, but not too bad. It looks like it kind of goes up and down pretty good. DBD and 1361 long as a potential one to add. PEIX. Looks kind of sideways-ish to me. Silver. Even though I did get in silver before, I kind of look at it as more of a sideways trending situation. But actually, no, it's kind of going up and down, up and down, up and down. I guess this is pretty good. Let's look at silver going short, SLV. Oh, equity curve. I didn't check that one. That one, well, it's flattened out. I don't know, is that going to stop me? No. Let's look at this one here and look at the equity curve on this one. Oh, that looks really good. So back to silver below 23.37. That's a short. And I need 3 of them, so let's add those 3. See if we can get those filled tomorrow morning. Okay, let's go into the correct account. Yeah, 2 longs and one of them's an option. Okay, so we're going to start with CPE. That's already been in here. Okay, and we want to go short at 12.95. Sell. Stop on it. It's at 12.95 here. And or actually 12.94, and then we don't want to get in if it's lower than 2% of that. If it gaps down, 12.94 times 0.02, that's 26 cents. 12.68. And oh, how many shares? Good question. We're looking at CPE, 289 shares. Let's look at DPD too, 289. DPD is 515. Silver, SLV is 434. So this needs to be 289 shares. See if that fills tomorrow. Next one is DBD. Oh, it's already in here. This is a long over 1361. All right. So it's 1361. Actually 62, because it's 1 cent higher than that. Now, what's the limit? What do we not want to overpay? 13.61 times 13.88. We don't want to pay more than 13.88. That's okay. Okay, and we have 515 shares. We're going long. All right, let's see if that fills tomorrow morning. And one more SLV. This is one we're going short. Sell it. We're going to sell 434 shares. Stop limit 23.37, so 23.36. 23.36 times 0.02 equals 47 minus 23.36, 22.89. we don't want to. If the gap's below 22.89, we're not going to get short. Double check these things. Yeah, there's a stop and it gets lower, we get in. There's our stop and it gets higher, we don't want to get in. There's a stop and it gets lower. Okay. Okay, so we're set for tomorrow, day number 11. Today is Monday, January 25th, 2021, day 11 with the PowerX Optimizer. I noticed we had a fill here. So we did get one stock in, but let's go through the routine. I've got 6 things to do. I've got 3 management portfolios, 3 portfolios to manage, and potentially 3 portfolios to add to. So let's start with managing the stock portfolio. Which stocks am I holding? Okay, I'm holding 3 stocks. They are ADPT, ADT, CPE. I'm going to make sure my watch list is updated also. Let's go to the PowerX Optimizer. And my watch list should be ADP, ADPT, that's correct. ADT, that's correct. And DKNG, no. But I need to add CPE. Okay, now that I have these, I am going to check for a trend change in the charts. If there is a trend change, I'm going to get out. No trend change there. See, it's still green. No trend change. And no trend change. Okay, now as far as the stock and portfolio and managing, I'd have to do one more thing, and that is to put in my stop and profit target on CPE. So let's take a look at that. Looks like my profit target is $7.33 and my stop is $14.68. So let's do that. Okay, so profit target is $7.33. And my stop out 1468. Okay, and GTC. Okay, looks good. I'm not going to add any stocks today. I'm going to go in tonight and I'm going to try to add more stocks. So as far as managing the stock portfolio, I'm done with that. Let's go to managing along options. I don't have any. Well, I have this ADT, but because I'm not doing anything with ADT, I'm not getting out of it. It hasn't hit profit target. It hasn't done anything. I'm not going to do anything with the long options on it. So that's managed by the stock. So that, as far as managing the long options, that's done. Let's talk about the wheel portfolio and see if we can manage anything here. We have our 5 positions on. We either are assigned or we can buy back at 10% of what we sold it for. So put. Sold this for 13 cents. We want to buy it back for about 2. No. Sold this for 13. Want to buy it back for 2. It's worth 20. Sold this for 70. Want to buy it back for 7 cents. No. Sold this for 57 cents. We want to buy it back for about 6 cents. No. Sold this for 47 cents. Now it's worth 70. Okay. So none of these need any adjustments. Let's go to the Next item number 4, which would be to add to the stock portfolio. I'm going to do that based on what I do tonight. So I'm not going to add any stocks now. There is the next thing, number 5, add long options to the portfolio. There is a potential for that. Let's take a look at that particular scenario where our options portfolio, maybe we can add something. So I'm going to go to the PowerX Optimizer. Actually start with CPE, because CPE has triggered for a short, so we could possibly buy a put, and here's the one that the software says to buy, and it looks good in terms of liquidity, so there's no reason why we shouldn't buy this put. Expires in 3/19. It's the $15 strike. Should get less than $3.53. 4 contracts. Let's take a look at that. CPE. $3.19, March 19th. $15, and it's a put. We want to go short. Less than $3.53. Okay, so it is less than $3.53. We want to get 4 contracts. 15 strike. Let's go ahead and execute this. Let's see here. Mid price is 340. Good. Okay, so now we've added to our options position, our options portfolio. We have 3 more. We have room for 3 more. But we know that none of those have gotten triggered, or else the 3 that were qualified would have filled. So therefore, because there's only 1 trigger, we know that's the only one. So there you go for the managing the options portfolio. We were able to add 1. We need 3 more. And let's see, add to the wheel positions. We don't need to add to the wheel. We have 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 positions on. So there you have it for day number 11. Okay, it is the night before day 12. We're going to try to set up to see if we can add some more stocks to our portfolio. We have 3. We want to add 2 more. Let's look at the PowerX Optimizer. See if we can filter some stocks. I'll run the filter here. It looks like we only have 2 potential stocks based on the report. ALEC. I got some gaps. This looks good and trendy. This doesn't look as trendy. I'm going to have to say no, not very trendy. And DCP, that one sounds familiar. And it looks pretty trendy. Not too bad on the gaps. The equity curve looks good. This one is a good possibility on a short. So we're looking at getting in if it goes below 1914 and for 335 shares. DCP. Look at that. I think this was a long before. I don't know for sure. Okay. So we're going to go to the trade tab. We're going to sell it short. 335 shares. To a stop limit. Stop is 1914. Actually, it's 1913 because it's 1 cent below that. And then let me figure out what 2% of that is so we don't overpay. 1875. I don't know why it's doing that. Okay. Okay, there it is. So if it hits 1913 or lower, we're going to sell 335 shares, as long as it doesn't go below 1875. The stock is not available to borrow. Okay, well, it looks like, let's go back to the RX. It looks like we don't have any stocks to potentially add to the stock portfolio on day 12. Today is Tuesday, January 26, 2021, day 12 with the PowerX Optimizer. I have 6 things to do. The first thing I need to do is manage my stock/options portfolio, long options, and I have 3 underlyings. And I'm going to check to see if there's been a trend change. If there has, I will exit the positions. I'm going to use PowerX Optimizer to show me whether it has a trend change. Watch list. Yes, those are the 3 stocks that I'm holding. This one. Yes, no trend change there. Oh, looks like we did have a trend change in ADT. So we need to exit all positions with ADT. Let's see, I'm long 714 shares. I'm going to sell 714 shares. That's the current mid price. See if I can get that. Okay. And I have these long calls. I'm going to take a $220 loss on these. Let's close these out. Sell 11, mid price 55. See if I can get that. No. Okay. I'll be sure to add that to the spreadsheet. Okay, next, CPE. This is short. Okay, no trend change there. Okay, so I just managed my stock and my long options portfolio. Now I need to manage my wheel. Let's go to the wheel. And the question is, did I get assigned, or can I buy it back for 10% of what I sold it for? Sold this for 13 cents. I want to buy it back for 3? No. Or 2? No. Sold this for 13. Want to buy it back for 2? It's worth 19. Sold this for 70. Want to buy it back for 7? No. Sold this for 57. Want to buy it back for around 6 cents? No. Sold this for 47. Want to buy back for around 5 cents? No. Okay, so there is the management of the wheel portfolio. Let's see, it's down 65 bucks. Next, can I add stocks to the stock portfolio? And the answer to that is no, because I add stocks to the portfolio the night before by putting in stop limit orders. I wasn't able to add any stop limit orders in here. And as far as ADT, let me get rid of this. Let's kill these orders here. Okay. So I couldn't add, because the way I add is by coming in the night before and putting a stop limit order in, and I wasn't able to find any stocks, couldn't filter anything, find anything last night. Hopefully tonight I'll find some, because this portfolio only has 2 stocks out of 5, and the long options portfolio only has 1 option out of 5. So I am struggling a little bit here to get my portfolio, to get a full portfolio. Okay, so that takes care of number 4, add long stocks. Number 5, add long options. Let me take a look at one thing with the long options, because it is possible that I could buy a put on the one that I couldn't short last night. Let me take a look at that. the scanner here. It was the, let's see here. Yeah, I didn't think I liked that trend. And then this one. Yeah, so maybe I can buy a put. If this triggered, did this go below 1914? Let's take a look at that. DCP 1914. No, it's not below 1914, so it hasn't been triggered. So there's nothing I can do to add to my long options portfolio today. Next would be to add to my wheel strategy, but I've already got 5 positions in the wheel strategy. So the wheel strategy seems to be a lot easier to manage, a lot easier to put on full, full 5 set of stocks, be fully allocated with my capital. And it's actually making a little bit of money also. I know Marcus is making money with his wheel strategy. But as far as the stock and the option strategy, these are a little bit tougher. But there you have it for day 12. Okay, it is the night before day 13, and I want to see if I can add to my stock portfolio. I'm going to go ahead and filter through using the PowerX software. So I'm going to go ahead and run the scanner, see what we come up with. Okay, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 potential stocks. A lot of these look familiar. Let's see, ADT. Let me make sure I don't have any of these already. Let's see. I already have ADT. Oh, but it didn't. But I don't own it anymore. So let's start with that one. ADT. Maybe that's not really a good trending stock, so I'm going to reject that, even though I was in it earlier. I am not sure what is trending and what isn't. It seems to be a little subjective to me, but I'm going to say no. ALEC, again, doesn't look very trendy to me. You don't getting that up and down thing going on. ARVN. Okay, that's certainly a gap and doesn't really look like a trending stock. It's just kind of like no trend, gap, and it's kind of, I don't see it as a trendy stock, that it's trending. So no. CPST. This one looks like could be trending. So we could put in for CPST, 259 shares short, 1169. DCP, that sounds familiar. Okay, no, I don't own DCP. This looks trendy. Yeah, DCP. Short 335 at $19.14. Let's see if we can pick that one up. And then we have DraftKings. Definitely looks trendy. Don't see a lot of gaps and good equity curve. I didn't check the equity curve on these last two. Let me look at it. Looks good. And looks good. Okay, so there's 3. And DKNG is a long of 59 shares, 56.53. And then LL is short. Yeah, that looks trendy. Not a lot of gaps. Equity curve is decent, I guess. So we can add this one, another short. LL minus 152. All right, let's put these in for the potential. So currently I have 2. I only need 3 more. So I'm gonna wanna just put in 3. So which one do I eliminate here? I don't really know. Look at that again. This equity curve. Good equity curve. Good equity curve. Good equity curve. I'm not sure which one to eliminate here. I'll just, because of the fact that this was the last one, I'm going to take that one off. I don't want to add 4 stocks. I want to have the maximum of 5. All right, let's add these in. CPST. 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 We're going to go short 259 shares. Sell 259. Stop limit. So the trigger point is 1162, or 1 cent below that, 1161. And then we want to have our buffer. We don't want to overpay, so 1161, we want to do 2% of that. 23 cents. So 1137. We don't want to pay, or we don't want to get short if it goes below 1137, because that would be too far away. Oh, not available to borrow. Okay, well, I guess we'll go with the other 3. So we'll start with DCP. Was that the one from last night? Did we try to borrow? Let's see, DCP. We'll find out. We try to go short. DCP. 335 short. $19.14. So when it hits 1913, and let's get our 2% buffer, which is 38 cents. 1875. This all sounds familiar. I think I did this last night. 1875. Let's see if this is available. It's a short. Nope. Okay, let's go with DKNG. DKNG. Well, that's far away. It's a couple of points away, but we'll go ahead and do it. So I'm going to go long. 59 shares. $56.53. $54. That goes about that. What's my 2% limit? It's $1.13. $57.67. It's the maximum we want to pay. $59, okay. That went through. Now we'll do LL. We've already been in LL, I believe. We want to go short 152 shares. And 28.88. 28.88. What's that? 29.25. Okay, 28.88. And then our 2% buffer, 57 cents. 28.30. So we don't want to get short if it goes below 28.30, because that would be too much of a gap. All right, looks like we got 2 right here, these 2, to potentially add to our stock portfolio. Then we'll come in tomorrow and see what happens. Today is Wednesday, January 27th, 2021, day 13 with PowerX Optimizer software. So I've got 6 things to do. First thing I'm going to do is manage my stock portfolio. Let's see what happens here. We have, what do we have? We want to have 5 positions on. And we have 2 positions on. Okay. Now, as far as adding, we'll get to that. But as managing this, the only thing I want to do is I don't want to see a trend change in the stocks that I already own. ADTP looks like it got stopped out right here. We hit that stop, so we lost money on that. And then we got into LL at 28.31, so that filled. So we added this position today. Now let's see if there's any trend changes in CPE and LL watch lists. Should only have CPE and LL on here, so let's remove these and add LL. These are both short, so they need to be red. LL is red. CPE is red still. Okay, no trend changes. So we're still holding these positions. So that's managing the stock. Now managing the long options, the only one I have is this one here. And that's good. I'm still holding it. Still short. Okay, now managing the wheel. Let's take a look at the wheel. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what we want. 5 positions. I'll open them all up. So the question is, have we been assigned? No. And can we buy it back for 10%, which would be about, what, 2 or 3 cents? No. Not assigned. 2 or 3 cents? No. Not assigned. 7 cents? No. Not assigned. About 5, 6 cents? No. Not assigned. And can we buy this back for 5 cents? No. Okay, so there you have the wheel strategy as far as managing it. Let's go to number 4. Can I add to the stock portfolio? Let's talk about the stock portfolio again. No, because, well, I did add here. I only add at night, or I put my trades in at night to add. As far as the stock portfolio, it is possible to add to that one. Let's take a look at the PowerX optimizer. So on my scanner, we had ADT, but I didn't like the trend. Didn't like the trend there. Didn't like the trend there. CPST is a possible. Remember, we couldn't short that, but maybe I can buy the put. So let's take a look at the options. Yeah, this might work. It's got good liquidity. So if we want to buy the 319, $15 strike, we want to get 539 or better, and we want to do 3 of them. Okay, let's see about DCP. Oh, and also we need to make sure that CPST is 1162 or lower. Let's check that out. CPST 1162 or lower. No, it's 1173, so that's a no-go. DCP, is it 1914 or lower? Let's see. Yeah, let's take a look. 1914 or lower, DCP. No, it's not 1914 or lower. DKNG, is it? Well, we didn't look at the chart. That's decent to go long, as long as it's 56, 53 or higher, which I know it's not because it didn't trigger. And LL, is it 28.88 or lower? Everything else looks good. No gaps, good trends. See if the options available. Yes, good liquid options. And it needs to be 28.8. I think it is because it did trigger. So this one's looking good. We're going to go with the 319 expiration, the 31 strike put. We need to get 522 or better. I'm going to do 2 contracts. Let's go look at LL. LL, we know it triggered. So let's go into the right expiration, which would be 3/19. The $31 put, I'm going to buy 2 of them. It has to be less than $5.22. The mid is 5.10. That's an in the money put. Okay. Okay. Okay, now we just added to our long options portfolio. That was the only one that we could have added. And then the last thing to do is to add to our wheel, but we don't need to do that. We have 5 positions. And then also update the spreadsheet, which I will do. And there you have it for day 13. Okay, it is the night before day 14, and we're going to see if we can add some orders in order to add to our stock portfolio. Let's look at the PowerX optimizer. And I've ran this report. I wanted to make sure that it ran. And you can see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, about 10 stocks to look at. So let's take a look. Stock chart. This one doesn't really look too trendy to me. I'm going to say no. Maybe. We have 2 positions, so we want to put on 3. So I'll take a note of that one. Maybe we'll go with it. I don't know. It's a little bit iffy. This one doesn't really seem to go down much. It's more of a one-way stock, so I'm going to have to say no. Definitely not trendy. Should be. Might come back to that one. This one looks somewhat trendy. I mean, down, down. This one might work. MRO. This looks like it's trending. NS got a good equity curve, not a lot of gaps. This one could be trendy. Not a lot of gaps. It's a possibility. I don't like whether they have this little dash A here. Sometimes you don't see the find those on those symbols on Thinkorswim. And this one looks fairly trendy, not a lot of gaps, pretty good equity curve. So I like XLE. I like this one, MRO, NS, and XLE. And we're looking for 3, so that's good. So we'll start with the MRO. Sell below 721. 675 shares short. And we'll see if we can short that one. NS. Another short, 1474. 847 shares. XLE. Another short. 3950. 173 shares. All right, let's see if we can put these in. MRO. And sell 675. At 721, stop limit 721. Actually 720. And then I'm going to go 2% off of that, which is 14 cents. So 705. Would be the limit. Let's see if they're going to take this order. Yeah, okay. So let's go short that one there. All right, next one is NS. And again, going short, 847 shares. Why would that be 847 shares and the other one's only 675? It's more. Okay, anyways. 847. Stop limit 1474. So that means 1473. And then a 2% buffer, 29 cents. 1443. Okay. Oh, good, that took it. And we have XLE. Trade, sell, 173 shares. Stop limit 39.50, so 39.49, and then 2% of that is 79. 38.70. Okay. Okay, so we've got 3 potential stocks for the morning. That's an ETF, but similar, same thing, kind of. And we've got 2 already. So now we're set. We'll see what happens tomorrow on day 14. Today is Thursday, January 28th, 2021, day 14 with Rockwell Trading and the PowerX Optimizer. Let's get into it. Number one, I want to manage my stock portfolio. That means that I'm going to look at the stocks that I own and see if the trend has changed. I've got LL and DKNG. Let's take a look at those. Let's get rid of this. DKNG. Okay, so looking at this one, no trend change. DKNG, looking at LL, no trend change. Okay, good. Or as Marcus would say, good, good, good. Okay, as far as managing the stock portfolio, no changes are needed. And that means that managing the options portfolio, let's see, we've had to look at CPE. Managing the options portfolio, it looks like CPE got stopped out yesterday, and I wasn't there. If I would have known that, I would have gotten out of this position right away. So I am going to get out of this position. I'm going to create a closing order. So because the stock told me to get out, now I need to get out of the option. Or I should say options. Bid price $3. Okay, so we're out of that. So I managed the options position. Currently we have 1 option position and 2 stocks. Now let's go ahead and manage the wheel. Okay, we've got 5 positions. That's our maximum. That's what we want to have. And the question is, are we going to get assigned, or have we gotten assigned? And it looks like we could get assigned with 3 of these because they're in the money. But we'll We'll see what happens. But the question is now, can I buy this back for 10% of what I bought it? So I buy this back for 2 cents. It's worth 6. So I'm going to say no. 2 cents here, no. 7 cents, no. About 6 cents, 5 cents, no. Around 5 cents, no. Okay, so now we've managed all 3 portfolios. Let's see if we can add to the portfolio. So we're not going to add to the stock portfolio because we do that at night when we put in our stop limit orders, and you can see that none of them, we had 3 of them, none of them got filled. Now, as far as managing the options, well, these were the only 3 that I felt heavily qualified to open a position on, and none of these triggered, so that means none of the options, no options have triggered, so I'm not going to add to my options positions. And as far as managing the wheel, I already have 5 positions there. So really the only thing I need to do from here is just update that spreadsheet, and there you have it for day 14. Okay, it is the night before day 15. I am looking to add stocks to my stock portfolio, and I want to run the report with the PowerX optimizer to do that. So let's go ahead and run the report. Okay, there's quite a few here. And let's just start. We need to get 3, and we have 2 existing positions. We want to add 3 more. So let's start by looking at the charts and the gappiness. This is not very trendy. Let's skip that one. Not really trendy. This one's, well, it could be trendy. It's not real too much gaps. It's got pretty good equity curve. This one is something possible. Okay, ENPH just kind of goes straight up. Not really trendy. Not really trendy either. Go straight up. Kind of go straight up again. This one looks pretty trendy. The equity curve looks good. It's over $5. Don't see a lot of gaps. I'm going to put this one in there. INO. Not real trendy. This one looks okay, I would say. MRO. Not a lot of gaps, but about $5. Equity curve is decent. Okay, MRO. So let's start with these 3. 721, and that's 495 shares short. INO. This is a long. 1369, and it's 324 long. Cal. This is a short, 1442, 373 short. Let's see if we can put these in. CAL. The trade tab, we're gonna go short, sell 373. 373. Stop limit, and the stop is 1442, actually 1441, and then 2%, it's 29 cents, 1412. Don't want to get in if it's below 1412. Now we're going to see if I can short this stock or not. Nope, can't short that one. Well, let's just go right into INO. Oh, this thing's pretty far. But we'll put it in. Let's see, 324 shares long. gets over 1370. Okay. And then the stop is 2%. That's 1397. Okay. Okay, so that one's in. Next is MRO. Oh, this one was in there before. Let's see. MRO. Oh, we want to go short. Let's see. 495 shares. At 721. Let's go there. Actually, 720. And then the 2%, 14, 706. Okay, RO. Okay, that took, we need to find one more. And S. That one looks pretty trendy. Don't see a lot of gaps. Equity curve looks pretty good. We'll try this one, NS. 847 shares, short, 1474. NS. Sell. 847 shares. Stop limit, stop, 1473. And then the 2%, 1443. Okay, good. Good. So we've got 3 potential opening stocks for a portfolio because we have 2 already. So we want to have a maximum of 5. Okay, let's see what happens tomorrow morning. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. This is day 15 with PowerX Optimizer software. Okay, I've got 3 portfolios to manage, 3 of them to possibly add to. Let's talk about managing. And in terms of managing the stock portfolio, I have 2 positions. I need to see if there's a trend change. So we have, let's see here, we have LL and we have DKNG. Let's see if there's been a trend change in those. Go to my watch list. LL. Yes, still short. DKNG, is there a trend change? No. Okay, so the stock portfolio has been managed. As far as the option portfolio, we have the LL, so we manage this option based on what we do with the stock. So the options portfolio is managed. Third, let's manage the wheel portfolio. This will be interesting here. We've got 1, 2, 3 in the money as we look at it. Okay, so what do we do here? We either get assigned and then we have to do different things, which we haven't, or we try to buy it back for 10% of what we paid for it. This one right here, Pay 13 cents, we can get 2.5. We're going to close this. All right, closing order. See if we can get 3 cents. Good, closed. Okay, so we took profits on AA. Okay, APA. We want to buy this back for 2 cents. Cannot do that. It's in the money. Want to buy this back for 7 cents. Can't do that. But this thing expires today. And it's a $60 put, and this thing is $60.48. Okay, well, we'll see what happens there. Might just expire worthless. Or I can just put in a GTC. I'll just do that. Put in a closing order for 5 cents. Okay, and then we have this here. This is in the money by a lot. This is in the money. So we can't make any adjustments on those guys. It looks like we might hold these or have these coming in next week, have the stock. We'll see what happens. But I do need to add one more position here. We haven't gotten there yet though. So let's go to number 4. Add stocks to the portfolio. I do that at night. These are the ones that are the candidates, and they did not add, so they weren't triggered. And now we're talking about adding options to the portfolio. So there might be a few of these. Let's go to the PowerX optimizers, go to the scanner from last night. We went all the way to this NS, and that has not triggered. So we can start here at the NTGR. We'll just make sure that there's options available. Okay, not available because there's no liquidity. ON, no liquidity here. Oxy. Okay, so did this one, Oxy, go below 1945? Let's take a look. Oxy. Not below 1945. This one has that little A thing there, which sometimes you have problems finding that particular. It's weird, that shell. Couldn't find that symbol. And toss, I don't want to even mess with it. Target. Huh. Interesting that the target options aren't very liquid. Not liquid enough to trade. XLE. Yeah, could get an option here. Let's see, is it below 39.50? XLE below 39.50. XLE 39.39. Okay, so what's interesting here is we could actually get short the stock and long the put option. And even though we didn't put it in here, it would have triggered. So let's go ahead and do that. XLE 50, 173 shares short. And on the option, we're talking about 319.41. Better than 346. I'm going to do 2. All right. Let's see if I have all the information I need to execute here. XLE, we're going to go short. Sell, and we want to sell 173 shares. Bid price is 39.43. Oh, you know, I need to take a look at this on the chart. So XLE, let's look at the chart. Okay, it looks good and trendy. There's a couple gaps, but not too bad. Good equity curve. Yeah, that looks good. So we're going to get short here at 39.43, 173 shares. Filled, and now we want to go after the options. We want to buy a put. So we're going to go in at the 319 expiration. That would be March 19th. And we're in the puts, the 41 put. Right here, we're going to buy. And we're going to get 2 of them. And we need a better price than 346. 345. We get 345. We'd be doing good. Let's do that. We'll just leave that in, maybe it'll fill. Okay, so now that's filled. Good, so we added another position. On the XLE, I'm going to have to put in the stop loss. Let's do that. So it's going to be 33.47 or 42.38 on the stock itself. 33.47. And then we'll stop out at 42.38. And 173 shares. Let's go to GTC. Hopefully that doesn't. Okay. Good. So we've got that. Good, good, good. All right. Now, let's see if there's any other candidates. There's one left. It's a possibility. ZG. Looks trendy enough. I don't see too many gaps, and the equity curve looks good. And let's see if this is Zillow. It needs to be below 136.08. 136.08 on ZG. ZG. 136. Oh, it's definitely below 136.08. Is it 2% below it? Let's take a look. It might be too far. 136.08 times 0.02 is 270. 133. Yeah, this is a doable short. Let me get the numbers. 66 shares short. I would say $83. 83.65 and 143.57. Well, that $83 is far away. That's one heck of a profit. Okay. Anyways, that's what the software says. Let's look at options. No, not liquid enough for options. Okay, let's look at the stock here. I think we can add this one. ZG trade. We're going to go short. 66 shares. Okay. We're going to go ahead and get in now. Mid price 137.48. Not available to borrow. Okay, well, we're not going to do that one. So that makes that decision for us. Okay, so we have added to our stock portfolio. We have added to our long options portfolio. Now we need to add to the wheel, right? Because I think we got rid of one. So we need to add one more. So let's go to the PowerX optimizer and run the wheel calculator. And Apple would be interesting. Let's see. Here's one right here that I like. That's, you know, because it's green. I'll add that. So we can do Apple. The strike is 122. We're going to sell it. We need to get at least, well, I don't know why that's not loading. I'm going to try that again. It's not minimum options premium. It's not giving it to me. Let's try this one. Okay, I'm not sure what is acceptable and what isn't. I mean, I know I want to get $1.61, but what if it's $1.58? I mean, is that good enough? I don't know. See if that does it. Okay, that's not adding to the calculator. Let's try this one. Oh, now it's adding. See, it's not telling me what my minimum is, so I don't really want to do that because I might get in at the wrong, I might overpay or not get enough premium. So I'll go to the next one. I want to do something that I've maybe seen or heard of before, like AMD. That sounds, like a stock that a lot of people know about. So let me do that one. Okay, good. So it gives me everything here. So AMD, the strike is 79 that I'm going to sell. I should get at least 52 cents. I'm going to do one option. AMD. Oh, I forgot to get the expiration. Okay, we'll go get it now. AMD, the expiration is February 5th. February 5th, 79. One contract. Put, I'm going to sell. I need to get at least 52 cents. Ooh, mid price 62, so that's good. Get better than what the software is talking about. And looks good to me. Let's add that in. Okay, so we have 5 positions on the wheel. One of the things I wanted to check real quick. This in the money, APA, FES, and NEM. I want to make sure that's in the software. APA, FES, NEM. Yeah, so they're already in there. So it's going to tell me what to do once they get assigned. So I'll do that. Okay. So I'm going to make some adjustments on the spreadsheet, and then I'll come back to the spreadsheet here. Okay, so it is the end of the week. I like to kind of take a look at how we're doing, and I have a spreadsheet for this account. This account has 2 different portfolios in it, so it's difficult to kind of use Thinkorswim, so I have a spreadsheet. Let's take a look at that. Let's see how these are doing. You can see my stocks traded. So my stock portfolio, you can see how many stocks I've been in. These have been closed. 1, 2, 3, or I think about 7 of them, and about 3 of them are still open. And you can see my overall total here, down $2,213 on a $25,000 account. What's that percentage? Okay, I just did the calculations on the percentage. It looks like it's down about 8.85% in a couple weeks. And then my options, my long options portfolio, I haven't been able to get into as many. I've just got 2 open ones, and I've got 5 closed positions out, and I'm down around 1150 on a $25,000 account, around 4.6. Yeah, 4.6%. So you can see the results of the stock portfolio here, and the results of the options portfolio here after 2 weeks. Let's get into the third thing. That would be the results of the wheel strategy. I always thought the wheel strategy was probably going to do pretty good, or at least okay. Basically here we're down $193. So almost break even, pretty much, really, when you think about it. So the wheel strategy is just kind of holding in. And there you have it for the PowerX Optimizer software after 2 weeks. And remember, if the P&L is not real, what else are they trying to conceal?